So let's welcome in Griffin Murphy, Director of Health and Wellness, Ontario International.
Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
I'm not sure if we got your mic on right here.
Hello, can you hear me?
I got him.
You got him? I don't have him at all. Okay, so at least we know that he's going out. Thanks for joining us, and we understand you didn't really throw out the first pitch, and we know you're a pitcher. We got your whole background here, Coach.
Already done the search.
I've been digging.
Coach is going to break down the mechanics of your slider from when you played for the Dunedin Blue Jays, I guarantee you.
Where were you 10 years ago, man? That's when I needed you.
Well, we appreciate it. Ontario International Airport, we also appreciate the support here, the presenting sponsor of the Big West Baseball Championship. So what makes this event so important to the airport? Why get involved?
We were really excited to expand and become the name sponsoring partner with you guys. Mostly because with the Big West Conference and all the universities, the majority of them are in the SoCal Basin.
Sure.
And with that, including Cal State Fullerton here, who is only 20 minutes from ONT, so we like to make our presence felt.
It's a good little charter airport. I know my Ducks go out of there every once in a while. There's a swing and a miss, and they'll complete the strikeout down at first. Good little throw there by Penso.
Griffin, I got to ask you, because we did look into your background. You signed out of high school, went to professional baseball, played a few years, but you were a left-handed pitcher, and you were standing out on the mound ready to hand Trevor Hanson the ball when he came out, and you were out there for a few minutes, okay? You had to have looked into the plate, and there had to be some memories of your baseball career, flashing in front of you before you handed that ball off.
Absolutely. Every part of the game starts to flashback when you get next to a baseball field, especially as one as expansive and beautiful as this one is. A lot of memories flooded back. All good. Never any regrets there. It was a great run I had, and I was thankful for the opportunity.
Casey Murray, the batter, now he homered. Solo shot to open up an inning yesterday in a victory. He's a .297 hitter, 1 for 4. So the motto is SoCal, so easy. What makes Ontario International Airport such a unique experience for travelers here in Southern California?
We feel SoCal, so easy pours into every aspect of your experience when you come to ONT, beginning with the ease of parking, and now we have valet, to some of the speediest security lines in the country, as well as the variety of concessionaires when you get there for whatever you might need. And what we have is a program called ONT Plus, which is really interesting for non-travel passengers. You can come in, come through security and experience what's in the terminal, and even take your loved ones right up to the gate.
I would imagine Ontario International Airport is flooded this weekend with Memorial Day coming up.
Busy weekend. Everybody wants to get out of town and go see somebody they love or do something fun.
Panda Express in there yet?
Not quite yet.
Okay, we got to work on
that for you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Hey, Griffin, what's a typical day for you at work? Tell us a little bit about your job.
So I have the great opportunity of being able to involve our employees in getting healthier in many different ways, physical, mental, emotional, depending on whatever we might need. We live in a very high-stress environment, so I want to make sure that everybody comes to play with their full head in the game.
So clipping 7 million passengers last year. How's the airport continue to grow?
The biggest thing for us is making sure that we create a wonderful environment for everybody that comes through. We've had the honor of 50 months in a row of consistent passenger growth, which is something we're very proud of. And we've been able to add on. Sorry, got caught looking there.
It's the baseball player in you coming out.
Yeah, exactly. And to bring on all kinds of new direct flights to major destinations. Recently, Taipei, Baltimore, Chicago, and in July we're adding 3 new flights with Volaris to Mexico, including Los Cabos.
Oh, very cool. Who's servicing Taipei from Ontario?
Starlux Airlines. So they've just come in, just started up with us. So their first one is to Taipei. And
is that that's not cargo? Is it a passenger?
No, that's passenger direct to Chinese Taipei. Opens up the world for you.
Very cool. At the plate is Cam Hoyland, 3 hits yesterday.
I got to ask you, you got a big job, and I know it's round the clock, basically. You could get called any time. Do you get out to the ballpark very often? Because, this is a big part of your life when you're, 18 to about 24.
Sure, I love to when I can. I obviously watch quite a few games on television, but when me and the wife can sneak away to a game, I love a day game. If I can take a day off and go grab a hot dog and get out there, it makes me feel like home.
Hey, Coach, Ontario's getting the Dodgers next year, right? They're moving from Rancho Cucamonga, right? To
right.
Wow.
They're building a brand new ballpark just south of Ontario International Airport. So now you can go out there And that gets past Will Bermudez out into right field for a 2-out knock there for Hoyland, his 4th hit of this series. Now, I know you're a Redlands East Valley guy, right? So you probably, as a kid, used Ontario International Airport.
Only.
Okay, and so I grew up here in Fullerton. It was easier for us to go out to Ontario. And do you remember back to, I know you're significantly younger than I are, but do you remember those days before you started to remodel when you had to go an hour earlier because the train, right, the freight trains would,
the trains,
you know what I'm talking about? You guys finally dug the streets under, right?
They dug the streets under. They're no longer an issue, so getting in and out is SoCal so easy. But yes, back in the day, it was a little bit different, that's for sure.
Steve was so excited to ask you about that because we were eating lunch today. He goes, I had to ask him about this. But no, it's a beautiful airport. There's no doubt about it, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful process, even seeing it from when I was a kid, always traveling out to where there were not nearly as many flights as we have now, and especially in the last few years, we've really been expansive since the COVID era, and it's been really fun to watch everybody grow and flourish.
Yeah, and I know a lot of charters go out of there, right? Major League Baseball charters, NHL charters as well, too, right?
Yeah, it's very convenient for everybody. If you don't want to come into our brothers to the west there, it's a lot easier and cleaner to land in Ontario and then get to where you need to go.
Hey, share with us just a little bit, because this is a time of year where a lot of high school players, some are hoping to get drafted, some are still hoping to school will give them a scholarship. What was it like when you came out and signed right out of high school?
You know, I had such a wonderful ride with it. I was what was considered a very late bloomer. All of a sudden, things kind of clicked for me in terms of pitching. So even, selecting a college, I was one of the last guys to commit to his. And then at the last moment,
there's a base hit to right, and Hoyland is going to get to third. First to third, and a little 2-out damage perhaps here. And going around to second will be Kordick. That's going to go in the books as a double. 2-out knock there, 2 in scoring position here. They might tie it up here with Jack Collins coming up.
Go ahead and finish.
No problem. And then, the professional opportunity arose as I went through my senior year, and we kind of decided, if the juice is worth the squeeze and we have a great opportunity with the draft, we'll go that way. And I was blessed enough to be drafted in the second round, and it all made sense.
That's great.
To the mound will go Blake Penso. Talked to Hansen, who had retired the first 5 batters in a row, got a couple of strikeouts, and then gave up the base hit and the double. Runners at second and third in a 2-0 ball game here in the second inning. I want to play a little game with you before we go. I've got the FlightAware app. Do you ever use this? Can you tell me where that flight's coming? We got one on approach right now to Ontario. I'll bet you $10 you don't know where it's coming from, and I bet you I'll get it.
I'm going to guess Vegas.
Okay, I'm going to take Alaska from Seattle.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Walk off.
There's no way.
Well, you're feeling real good about yourself right now, aren't you?
You're talking to the biggest aviation nut. As a matter of fact, when we got out, Coach, remember I saw a plane coming over, and I said, there's no way that's coming into Los Angeles. And I was right. It was a cargo to Anchorage, a 747.
Jeez. Very impressive.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'll tell you what's impressive is he's always looking up in the air when we're driving down the freeway.
Yep, Collins to left, and that stays in the yard. Yeah, that's right. Never even thought about that. Well, hey, we appreciate the time. Griffin Murphy from Ontario International Airport.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, thanks. Here we go. Bottom half of the second inning, 2-0.